911. Please, I need help.
Her now very public saga all began with 911 screams of horror.
Some people broke into our house.
A family held at gunpoint.
They were screaming, "Where's the money? Where's the money?"
A petrified daughter tortured, forced to listen as her parents are shot in cold blood.
I heard shots like pop.
The Pans were the epitome of an immigrant success story. Han Pan and his wife Bic were Vietnamese refugees who escaped to find a better life. Daughter Jennifer was an Olympic caliber figure skater, an award-winning pianist, and a straight-A student.
His daughter, he wanted to be a doctor, eventually changing that to a pharmacist because he said that she didn't have the stomach for it.
The Pans lived in a nice house and drove 2 luxury cars. Cops initially believed those pricey possessions may have lured the 3 gun-toting criminals into their home that horrible night.
You can see 3 shadowy figures come into the house together.
On this home security camera across the street, you can see the gunmen pull up in front of the house.
What did they say when they walked in?
They asked for money.
The start of 18 minutes of sheer terror. Jennifer tells police she was in her room upstairs talking on the phone when she hears something strange outside her door. She peeks out the door to find a pistol pointed directly at her.
And how many assailants did she claim were in there?
3.
How'd she describe them?
They were all male black.
Jennifer hands over $2,500 saved from teaching piano and another $1,100 her mom had hidden in a nightstand.
Han Pan explained that he didn't have any money, or certainly not large quantities of money.
One assailant pistol whips Han across the back of his head. Jennifer is taken to the second floor and tied up.
So her hands were behind her back, and then they were tied to the banister.
Downstairs, the gunman shoves Bic and Han into the basement and orders them to turn around. Bic's final words are pleas for the gunman to spare Jennifer's life. Then, 5 gunshots pierce the night. Moments later, that grainy security video shows the killers taking off.
Someone broke in and I heard shots like pops. I don't know what's happening. I'm tied upstairs.
Then, 34 seconds into the call, something unexpected. Han Pan somehow survives what was meant to be his execution.
I'm okay. My dad just went outside screaming.
Tragically, Han finds his beloved wife dead.
She was shot multiple times in the back, and then ultimately the fatal shot was to the back of the head.
Please hurry. I don't know what's happening.
When police arrive, they find Jennifer tied up exactly the way she described, raising more eyebrows.
She is tied to the banister, but she's also making the call on her cell phone.
Right.
Cops have a lot of questions.
How she could make the 911 call with her hands tied behind her back.
And she had a flip phone,
She did,
making it even harder.
yes.
Investigators bring Jennifer into headquarters for demonstration.
They tied my upper arm
Yes,
around the banister,
yes.
but my hands were bound together.
Okay, so now how can you get to the phone? And how do you make the phone call? 911.
I'm yelling at the phone like this.
And how can you hear?
I turned the volume on max.
But detectives then listen to that 911 call one more time.
I'm okay. My dad just went outside screaming.
You know, the question begged to be answered was, you know, what parent would not check on their child? You know, he could hear her screaming, but he doesn't.
The only person who could answer that question was fighting for his life in the ICU. But that was all about to change.
Han Pan came out of his induced coma.
Some people broke into our house and they just showed all his money.
What Han Pan says about Jennifer's story to cops brings her entire life and motive into question.
When she does talk, it's a lie.
She lies about a lot of things.
The innocent, straight-A piano-playing daughter told her parents she was attending college, That turned out to be an elaborate cover story for a devious double life.
What was she really doing with her life?
She was living with her boyfriend and working. She starts manufacturing report cards with a photocopier.
They were quite unaware of what was going on.
Jennifer doctored a college acceptance letter to an elite pharmacy school.
Her entire family knew a complete false history about her education career.
And Jennifer was dating a local bad boy, a part-time drug dealer named Daniel Wong. When her parents grew suspicious, they followed their daughter straight to her forbidden lover.
She was eventually locked in her home. She's no longer allowed to drive. She's no longer allowed to use her cell phone. She could only leave the house for piano lessons.
I think at that point she had strategized to move forward to get them out of her life.
Text messages show the boyfriend Daniel put Jennifer in contact with hitmen he'd met through his drug dealing.
So $10,000, 3 guys will come in, kill the parents, make it look like a home invasion.
That was the initial agreement.
Jennifer's killer plan may have never been discovered, but there was one thing she never expected. Her dad survived.
Han said that he saw his daughter come downstairs and was unbound, speaking in a friendly manner to a white guy.
With Han's stunning accusation against his own daughter, cops bring Jennifer back in for questioning.
It doesn't feel good to have secrets, does it?
No.
All you have to do is tell me that you were involved.
Veteran investigator Bill Gates says Jennifer tells him she finally wants to tell the truth.
You told these guys to come and kill you?
Jennifer claimed she arranged for a hit all right, and she was the target on purpose.
I didn't want to be here anymore.
She had hired them to kill her,
Yes,
and they had shot everybody but her,
right,
and then left.
right.
Jennifer's attorney, Paul Cooper, says there's an explanation. Cooper says Jennifer had a change of heart, but the gunman wanted their $10,000 cancellation fee. When she couldn't pay, they showed up and shot her parents.
You know that also doesn't make a lot of sense. I'm not giving you money to do it, I'm giving you money to stop it.
Well, I'm going to give you money to stop it if you're terrified of these people being actually monsters.
Now cops haul Daniel Wong, the forbidden boyfriend, in for questioning.
I just know that her parents didn't want us to be, her family didn't want us to be together.
She loved you and would do anything for you,
Yeah.
right?
Daniel and Jennifer apparently didn't get their story straight. He tells investigators Jennifer indeed wanted her parents dead.
And she's just like, don't worry, I got it.
And investigators find text messages exchanged with the hitman, including one that sets up this exact moment captured on home security video from across the street. Police believe Jennifer turned the light in her bedroom on and off, signaling she's unlocked the front door.
Had the father not survived and had the phone messages not been found, the question remains open about whether she would have been caught.
At this point in the investigation, I'm going to be arresting you for murder.
Daniel Wong and the 3 hitmen are also arrested and charged. All are sentenced to life in prison. The 3rd gunman pleads guilty to conspiracy to commit murder. Jennifer also receives a non-communication order, meaning she can never speak to anyone in her family again. But before she was carried off to prison, her father addressed her saying, "I hope my daughter Jennifer thinks about what happened to her family and can become a good, honest person."
Her lies created this, and her lies were her downfall.
Yes.